Hey guys, what's up? It's Tara here, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit today, kind of building upon my video from yesterday, which was all about meal planning. So yesterday, you may have seen the video, it was my Workshop Wednesday video, and I talked about my top tips for meal planning when you're meal planning for a goal. So some people are like for a health goal or a body transformation goal. Some people are meal planning just to get through the week. Some people are meal planning like just for their family and that type of thing, and they're not actually meal planning with their own health or body transformation goal in mind. But other people really are. So they're like, how do I do this meal planning thing and also stick to what I need to do for my own health and body transformation goals? So that was what yesterday's video was all about. Today's video is sort of like a spin-off on that, where, hey Rebecca, I wanted to show you guys how I, like a little behind the scenes on how I meal plan for my clients that want custom meal plans. I'm gonna tell you some of the things that I consider before I make the meal plan. I'm going to show you a sample that I have here, and I'm gonna show you like the two different options that I give people. Maybe it'll give you some ideas, more ideas for yourself for when you're meal planning, or maybe it's something that you want to reach out to me and see if you want your own custom meal plan. Who knows? But at the very least, I think it's going to help spark some ideas and other things to think about when you're doing your own. So number one, when somebody signs up for a custom meal plan, by the way, this is separate from my one-on-one coaching. It's like a separate service. So these are for people, a lot of people will come to me and just want like a one-time meal plan just to sort of get out of a rut. They want some new recipes, they want some new inspiration, they want to make sure that they're balancing their meals in a way that's going to be helpful for their goals. Some people choose to do the one-on-one coaching, some people choose to do both, but this is like a separate service. Once people sign up for this and we establish that we're going to be doing this together, then I send them an online questionnaire. So it's just something they can do on the computer, pretty quick. It's like 5 minutes. And I ask them a bunch of questions that's going to help me customize this meal plan for them, because people want it for different reasons. Some people are like, I have picky eaters and I want a custom meal plan that's going to be family-friendly recipes that aren't going to break the bank, and that maybe will give me some new inspiration to cook for my kids. Other people are like, I need some help balancing my meals in a way where I can be lower carb or lose excess body fat, things like that, right? So I find out what your goals are. I find out if there's any allergies for you or for whoever else you're cooking for. I dive into likes and dislikes. So both in terms of food, like, do you hate Brussels sprouts and do you love chickpeas? I want to know those things, and I want to make sure I completely avoid the things that you don't like, and make sure I include the things that you do like, but also cuisine types. So people will tell me like, I love Mexican food, I love Thai food, please make sure you incorporate those types of things. So I will. Who are you cooking for? So a lot of us are not living in this vortex where we're just cooking for ourselves. So is this meal plan something that you want me to consider? Also what your husband likes and needs, what your kids are all about, your partner, whoever, like who else are you going to be cooking for, so that I can consider them, and also how many servings. So I'll ask you if you want leftovers. So most people want leftovers, right? So they're not cooking something new every night. That was one of the tips I gave you in yesterday's video, was if you try to take on too much and do too many new meals in a week, new recipes, it's like a losing battle. That's really hard to keep up with. So a lot of people want to like really make their leftovers work for them. It helps them to save time, save money. Their grocery list isn't as crazy long, right? So a lot of people are like, let me kind of cook once, eat twice, and we'll include a lot of that. So that comes into play when I think about how many servings. So this way, when I give you your meal plan, it has just the amount of servings exactly that you need to cook for. If you're cooking for one meal, it'll just be for that meal. But if you're cooking with the intent of having leftovers, then it'll have the serving equivalent that you'll need for that as well. Kitchen equipment. So I find out from you guys, like, do you have a food processor? Do you have a slow cooker? Do you have a pressure cooker? All these things that, I will be giving you recipes. I don't want to give you recipes for those things if you don't have that equipment in your kitchen. So we talk about kitchen equipment. And then I consider like an overall balance of your meals, your snacks, your entire day, and your entire week. So there's just certain things that I make sure that you're getting a wide variety of different colorful produce, vegetables in your week, in your day. You're getting enough of a balance. When it comes to goals, I think about what your overall goal is too. So let's say if you have a health or body transformation goal, you might be thinking about having lower glycemic foods. If you have an issue with blood sugar or insulin resistance or PCOS, or if you are, have stubborn weight loss, you're wanting to lose excess body fat and you're having trouble with it, and you want to just make sure you have lower glycemic foods, plenty of fiber, lots of healthy foods like that. Macros, if we have to go there, I'll go there. I will tell you when I show you the sample that sometimes I will get very detailed in the nutrition facts for your entire day. I can show you, like, for your Monday, this is how many calories the whole day has. This is how many, how much protein, how many carbs, how much fat. I need to be convinced by you first that you need that. That is not something that I just give to people usually, because I think that that's kind of like messes with your head. I think as much as possible, I believe in having food be food. It's fuel, it's fun. And once we put too many numbers on it and then we kind of forget really what it is, that it's supposed to be fun, it's supposed to be fuel, then it can just be like this head game. It can be a little crazy. So it's something that I do offer if necessary. So if you were coming to me and you were like, Tara, I want to, I'm a bodybuilder and I have a certain goal in mind and I'm really trying to sculpt my body right now and I need to hit this certain target for calories, for protein, for fat, for carbs, like that, I can do that. I will do that if necessary. But for 99% of you guys, you don't need that aspect of it, and it's not going to be serving you. So I will not do that for you guys. So yeah, that's kind of like, I'm sure there's other things, but that's like off the top of my head, the things that I think about and the things that I ask before I create a customized meal plan. Now, a lot of people don't want something so restrictive as a meal plan. They don't necessarily want me to say, eat this for breakfast on Monday, eat this for dinner on Wednesday, so some people don't really like that, but they still want to reach those goals. They still want to get out of a rut and have recipes that are really catered towards them without having to Google a million things and look through and make sure it fits them. And then they find like, oh, but it has Brussels sprouts in it and I hate Brussels sprouts, that type of thing. They want like a really customized collection of recipes that are just for them and that really will help them reach their goals. But they don't want to be told what to eat when, right? So for those people, what I do is a recipe bundle, a customized recipe bundle. So it's like a recipe book that I make for you with all your likes and dislikes and allergies in mind and your goals in mind and all that. And then what you have is like a collection of breakfasts and snacks and lunches and dinners that you can mix and match and plug in wherever you want to and do your leftovers whenever you want to. So that is a little bit more loose and free, but you can then plug it in and it makes meal planning really easy, because then all you're doing is taking your recipe bundle and you're like, okay, Monday I'm gonna make this, and you're just kind of thumbing through your recipes and you got it all. So that's something that's a little bit more popular than the strict custom meal plan. Okay, but I don't have one of those. Do I? I'm trying to think if I have one of those like right behind me that I can grab for you. I don't think so. I don't think I have one of those handy. I'll try to show you at a later date. But what I do have handy to show you is a sample meal plan. Okay, this is not a meal plan I created for anybody because I put everyone's name on the top of it and I didn't want you to see anyone's name. I'm all about remaining anonymous here. So this, I just wrote Tara's sample meal plan. Okay, so this is a sample meal plan. I know it's going to be backwards for Facebook, but whatever. So sample meal plan. First page is always just notes. So this is pretty blank, but normally I will have, it's not blank usually. If we've created a plan, if there's things that I want to add, notes that I have for you, that will go there. Then, if you do the meal plan, you get a meal plan. So you get where it says breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, and across the top. Now, not everybody's going to need or want 2 snacks, but again, this is going to be something that's customized to you and what it is that you need. This next page is the one that I don't normally include for people because I don't think it's healthy. That's what I was talking about, but just so you see, this has like calorie and fat and all that stuff. This is not a real meal plan I made for anybody, so if you if you look closely, if you're like pausing the video and zooming in, you'll see the calories are like 1,100 calories. That's not enough calories. That is not nearly enough calories, but this was just a sample that I threw together and just to show you what it would look like when I added it all up for you. The next page you would get if you did the custom meal plan is a grocery list. If you do a recipe bundle, you don't need a grocery list, right? Because you're going to be deciding what you're making each week, and then you're going to be making your own grocery list from there. But the nice thing about having a customized meal plan, if you're going to follow it exactly, I can tell you exactly what to buy, right? Because I know exactly what you're making. So then you get a grocery list. You go through, you check off the things you already have, which is going to be a lot of it. Like you probably have coconut oil already or olive oil. You probably have salt and pepper already. So you just go through and you check off the things you already have, and what you have left is your actual grocery list. And it's broken down by like aisles in a grocery store. So this way, like everything's together when you're in this aisle. That's kind of how I divided it. And now what follows is the recipes. So if you do the customized recipe bundle, you would start with the notes page and you would go right to here, and you would just get all of your recipes from here. But that's it. So if you need to be dairy-free, gluten-free, vegan, I'm not vegan, but I only eat eggs, I'm allergic to nuts, whatever your thing is, the recipes that follow here are only ones that are going to work for you based on what you've told me. So you can go through and you've got your breakfast recipes, you've got lunch, snacks, you've got dinners and sides. Sorry, I'm off camera here. You've got dinners and sides. Okay. Oh, I forgot a very important thing that I ask everybody. We talk about time. We talk about how long do you have for these recipes, because some people are like, okay, I want to try, maybe fancier things in the kitchen, but other people are like 30 minutes or less. Like, don't give me anything that's going to take me more than 30 minutes. And then you get only recipes that are going to be 30 minutes or less, right? Totally customized. So these are some things to consider for yourself as well, okay? This is not like, you never have to get a custom meal plan from me or a recipe bundle from me. But think for yourself through all of these things that I just talked about. How much time are you willing to spend? What are the likes and dislikes? Like, what are you working with? What is something, if you're cooking for an entire family, what are the things that everybody in the family likes to eat? Can you build a recipe or look for recipes just based on that? Kitchen equipment is another big one too, right? So you can just go on a crock pot theme for a while, right? This is the time of year that we like to use our crock pot. It's like the stew, the soups and things like that. And there's a lot of other things that you can make in a crock pot. So consider the kitchen equipment that you have that maybe has been collecting dust that you want to pull out and utilize. That's also a good little trick for when you're trying to meal plan. If you're going to be in the kitchen chopping up something anyway, you have the cutting board out, you've got the knife out, you might as well chop up a little extra for the next couple of days, right? Or if you are going to make a crock pot meal, or have something simmering on the stove anyway, and you kind of need to be nearby, right? If something's on the stove, then what can you do in the kitchen anyway while you're there that's going to make the next few days easier? So I know this week we're really talking about meal planning and not so much with the meal prepping, but there's some overlap, so it's hard not to talk about that. So those are just some ideas for the meal prepping as well. If you have any questions for me about meal planning, or you want to share some tips that you have about meal planning and how you like to get it done, please let me know. Let us know in the comments. There are 800 and something people in here that I'm sure would love to read your suggestions or your tips. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.